Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Best English Podcast. I'm your host, Olivia.
And I'm James. It's so great to be with you all again today. Olivia, I have to be honest with you. I am absolutely starving.
James, you're always starving, but that's actually perfect because today's topic is something I know everyone will find incredibly useful and, well, delicious.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Are we talking about food? Please tell me we're talking about food.
We are. We're diving into the world of restaurants. We're going to cover everything you need to know to have a fantastic, stress-free dining experience, all in English.
Yes, this is such an important topic. I think for a lot of English learners, going to a restaurant can feel a little intimidating. There's special vocabulary, you have to talk to strangers, you're trying to read a menu. It can be a lot.
Exactly, but it doesn't have to be. Going out to eat should be fun and relaxing. It's a chance to try new things and enjoy time with friends or family. Our goal today is to give you the language and the confidence you need to walk into any restaurant and feel completely comfortable.
From start to finish, right? Like from the moment you decide to go to the moment you pay the bill and walk out with a full, happy belly.
That's the plan. We'll make it a full journey. So, where does the restaurant journey usually begin, James, before you even leave the house?
Well, if it's a popular place or a weekend, you probably need to make a reservation, right? Or as some people say, you need to book a table.
Perfect. Let's start right there. Making a reservation. This is often done over the phone, which can be extra scary for learners because you can't see the person's face.
Oh, absolutely. The dreaded phone call. So what's the first thing you say? You can't just call and say, food, please.
As much as we'd like to, a simple and polite way to start is, "Hi, I'd like to make a reservation, please." Or, "Hello, I'd like to book a table." They mean the exact same thing. Reservation is a bit more common in American English, and booking is very common in British English. But honestly, everyone will understand both.
Okay, simple enough. I'd like to make a reservation. Then they'll probably ask you some questions. I imagine they need to know how many people.
For sure, they'll likely ask for how many people. And you can answer for 2 people or a table for 4, please. Another common way to phrase this is to talk about your group as a party.
A party, like with balloons and cake?
Not that kind of party. In a restaurant context, a party is just a group of people. So they might ask, "How many in your party?" And you'd say, "A party of 2." It just sounds a little more formal and is very common.
Got it. A party of 2. That's me and my appetite. Okay, so you've said how many people. What's next?
The date and time, of course. They'll ask, "For what day and time?" You can reply, "For this Friday at 7:30 p.m." or "For tonight at 8 o'clock." Be clear and simple.
Right, so let's put it all together. Let's do a little role play. You be the restaurant, I'll be the hungry customer.
Mhm. Ring, 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 ring.
Good evening, the good fork. How can I help you?
"Hello, I'd like to make a reservation, please."
Of course. For how many people?
"A party of 2, please."
And for what day and time?
"For this Saturday evening at around 8 o'clock."
Let me just check. One moment. Yes, we have a table available at 8 o'clock on Saturday. What name should I put the reservation under?
James. Just James.
All right, Mr. James, we have you down for a party of 2 at 8 o'clock this Saturday. We look forward to seeing you then.
Great, thank you so much. Bye.
Switches back to his normal voice. See? That was easy. When you break it down, it's just a few key phrases.
Exactly. And notice I said, "What name should I put the reservation under?" That's a very common way to ask for your name. You just give your first or last name, and sometimes it's helpful to spell it out if it's an uncommon name.
That's a great tip. Okay, so we've made the reservation. Fast forward to Saturday night. We get dressed up, we're excited, and we walk into the restaurant. What happens now?
Now you meet the host or hostess. This is the person at the front, usually standing near a little desk or podium, who greets you and manages the tables.
And you need to tell them you've arrived, so you walk up and say,
Something simple and friendly like, "Hi, we have a reservation under the name James for 8 o'clock."
ah, so you state the name and time. That makes sense. What if you don't have a reservation? What if you just decide to go spontaneously?
Great question. That's called being a walk-in. If you're a walk-in, you can say, "Hello, do you have a table for two available?" Or more simply, "A table for two, please."
And then they might say yes, or they might say, sorry, we're fully booked.
Exactly. Or they might say, "There will be a 30-minute wait." The wait time is how long you have to wait before a table is free. They might take your name and call you when your table is right.
Okay, so we've got our table. The host says, right this way, please, or follow me, and leads you to your table. Success. We're seated. What's the first thing that usually happens?
The server, or waiter or waitress, will usually come over to introduce themselves and give you the menus. They might say, "Good evening, my name is Sarah, and I'll be your server tonight. Can I start you off with some drinks?"
Yes, the drinks order. This is a great way to start. It gives you a moment to look over the food menu without feeling rushed.
It really does. So let's talk about drinks. The menu might have sections for soft drinks like cola, lemonade, juice, and also alcoholic drinks like wine, beer, and cocktails.
What are some easy ways to order?
The simplest way is "I'll have" or "I'd like." For example, "I'll have a glass of water, please," or "I'd like a Coke." Remember to always add "please" at the end. It makes you sound so much more polite and friendly.
Good tip. What if you're not sure what you want? Can you ask for a recommendation?
Absolutely. Asking for recommendations is a fantastic way to interact and try new things. You can ask your server, "What do you recommend?" Or if you're talking about wine, for instance, "Which red wine would you recommend to go with the steak?"
Ooh, that's a bit more advanced, but super useful. To go with means to pair well with or to match the food.
Precisely. So let's imagine we've ordered our drinks. James, what would you like?
I think I'll just start with some sparkling water, please.
And "I'll have an iced tea." Great. So the server brings our drinks, and now it's time for the main event, looking at the food menu. This can be overwhelming.
For sure. Menus are usually divided into sections. It's not just a big list of food. What are the common sections we should look for?
The first one is usually appetizers or starters. These are small dishes you eat before the main meal to, whet your appetite, to make you hungry for more.
Like soups, salads, calamari, garlic bread, all the fun little things.
Exactly. Then you have the main courses, which can also be called entrees, especially in North America. This is the biggest part of your meal. This section might be divided even further into categories like pasta, from the grill, seafood, and so on.
And then, my favorite section, which I always look at first,
Of course, desserts, cakes, ice cream, pies, the sweet treats you have at the end of the meal. There are also usually side dishes, or just sides.
what are those?
Sides are small dishes that you order to accompany your main course. For example, if you order a steak, it might come with potatoes, but you could also order a side of grilled vegetables or a side salad to go with it.
Ah, okay. They're like extras for your main course. So we're looking at the menu. It's time to order our food. The server comes back and says, are you ready to order or have you decided?
Yes. If you are ready, you can say, "Yes, we are." If you need more time, it is perfectly okay to say, "Not yet. We just need another minute or two, please." Don't feel rushed.
That's so important. It's your meal, your time. Okay, so we're ready. Let's practice ordering. Let's say I want to start with a soup. How do I say that?
you can use the same phrases as before. I'll start with the tomato soup, please. The phrase to start with is a great way to indicate you're ordering your appetizer.
Okay. To start, I'll have the tomato soup. And then for the main course?
You can continue with, and for my main course, I'd like the grilled salmon. Or you can just say them one after another. I'll have the tomato soup and then the grilled salmon.
What if the menu description is confusing? Sometimes they use fancy words. Is it okay to ask questions about the dish?
Oh, you absolutely should. This is your food. You should know what you're getting. You can ask simple questions like, what comes with the chicken? To ask about the side dishes included. Is this dish very spicy? A very important question if you don't like spicy food. Or could you tell me what's in the seafood pasta?
Those are fantastic. It shows you're interested and helps you choose the perfect meal. Let's talk about a specific situation that I know is tricky for learners, ordering a steak.
Ah, the classic steak order. Yes. When you order a steak, the server will almost always ask you, how would you like your steak cooked?
And if you don't know the right words, you might just panic. So let's break down the options from least cooked to most cooked.
Okay, let's do it. First is rare. It's cooked very quickly on the outside, so it has a cool red center. Next is medium rare. This is very popular. It has a warm red center. Then medium. This has a hot pink center, a little more cooked. After that is medium well, just a little bit of pink left in the very middle. And finally, well done. This means it's cooked all the way through with no pink or red inside at all.
So when the server asks, how would you like that cooked? I can just say, medium rare, please.
Perfect. And you will sound like you've been ordering steaks your whole life. Another really important area is dietary restrictions or allergies.
Oh, this is a huge one. For health reasons, people need to be very careful. How do you communicate this politely and clearly?
It's essential to be direct. You can say, does this dish contain nuts? I have a nut allergy. Is it possible to make this dish without cheese? I'm dairy-free. Do you have any gluten-free options?
And restaurants today are usually very good about this. They want you to be safe and have a good meal, so don't be shy about asking.
Never be shy about your health. Okay, so we've placed our order. We've navigated the menu, asked questions, and customized our meal. Now we can relax and enjoy the ambiance.
The ambiance? What's that?
It's the feeling or the mood of a place. The lighting, the music, the decoration, it all creates the ambiance. We can chat, enjoy our drinks, and wait for our food to arrive.
Ah, the food is here. The server brings the plates and might say something like, here is the grilled salmon and the medium rare steak. Enjoy your meal.
Enjoy your meal is the classic phrase. A simple thank you is the perfect reply. And now, during the meal, the server might come back to check on you.
Right. They often do that. What do they usually say?
They'll come over and ask, is everything all right here? Or how is everything tasting?
And if everything is great, you can say, it's delicious, thank you, or everything's wonderful. A smile and a nod go a long way, too.
But what if things are not wonderful? This is another scary situation for learners. What if there's a problem with your food?
This is so important. You shouldn't have to eat something that's wrong. Let's say my steak is well done, but I ordered it medium rare. How do I bring this up without sounding rude?
The key is to be polite but firm. You need to get the server's attention first. You can try to make eye contact or give a small, polite wave. If you need to, you can say, excuse me.
Okay, so I've got their attention. What do I say? I don't want to sound like I'm angry.
You can start with a polite phrase like, I'm sorry to bother you, but, or, excuse me, I think there might be a mistake. This softens the complaint. Then state the problem simply. I ordered my steak medium rare, but this seems to be well done.
That sounds very polite. I'm sorry, but I ordered the chicken, and this is fish.
Exactly. A good restaurant will immediately apologize and fix the problem for you. They'll say something like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Let me get you a first one right away."
That's a relief. It's about how you say it. A polite tone makes all the difference. What about smaller problems? Like, what if I just need more water or a napkin?
Same principle. Get the server's attention politely and ask, "Excuse me, could we please have some more water?" Or, "Could I get another napkin, please?" The phrase, "could I," or "we have," is your best friend in a restaurant.
Could we have some more bread? Could I have some ketchup? Super useful.
Incredibly useful. Okay, so we finished our main courses. The server comes to clear the plates. They might ask, "Are you finished with that?" Or, "Can I take your plates?"
And then comes the big question, the one I'm always waiting for.
Ah, yes. They'll ask, "Did you save room for dessert?" Or, "Can I interest you in the dessert menu?"
And my answer is always yes. Laughs. Even if I'm full, I always have a little secret stomach just for dessert. So, ordering dessert is pretty much the same as ordering the other courses, right?
It is. "I'll have the chocolate cake, please. We'd like to share the apple pie." Sharing dessert is very common. You can also order coffee or tea at this time. "I'll have a cappuccino, and she'll have an espresso."
Fantastic. So, we've had our amazing three-course meal. We've had appetizers, main courses, and dessert. We're full, happy, and had a great conversation. What's the very last step?
Paying the bill. Or as it's often called in North America, the check.
Bill or check? Got it. So, you're not just going to get up and leave. You have to ask for it. How do you do that?
Again, you get the server's attention and you can say, "Excuse me, could we have the bill, please?" Or, "We're ready for the check when you are."
We'll take the check, please. Simple and direct. The server will bring it over, usually in a little folder or on a small tray. Now, paying. This can be tricky when you're with friends. What if you want to pay separately?
Another excellent point. When the server brings the bill, or even when you ask for it, you can ask, "Can we split the bill?" Or, "Could you split this for us?"
Splitting the bill. Does that mean everyone pays for exactly what they ordered?
It can, but that can be complicated for the server. More often, splitting the bill means dividing the total amount equally between the number of people. So if the bill is $100 and there are four of you, everyone pays $25.
Oh, I see. What if I want to pay for my things and you pay for yours?
Then you could say, "Can we pay separately?" The server might be able to print separate bills for you, or they might bring the main bill and you just tell them which items you're paying for.
And what about paying with a credit card versus cash?
Simple enough. You can just put your card or your cash in the folder with the bill. If the server comes with a portable card machine, they might ask, "How would you like to pay?" And you can just say, "By card, please," or "With cash."
Okay, now for the final and sometimes most confusing part for people from different cultures, tipping.
Yes, tipping culture varies so much around the world. In some countries, it's not expected at all. But in countries like the United States and Canada, it's a very important part of the dining experience.
Right. In the US, for example, servers are often paid a lower hourly wage with the expectation that they will earn most of their money from tips. So a tip is not just a thank you for good service, it's a part of their salary.
Exactly. So, how much should you tip? The general rule for good service in the US is around 15 to 20% of the total bill before tax.
So if my bill is $50, A 20% tip would be $10, making the total $60.
Perfect math. You can either leave the tip in cash on the table, or if you're paying by card, there will be a line on the receipt where you can write in the tip amount and then add it to the total.
It's really important for our listeners to know this if they travel. It can be seen as very rude not to tip in places where it's the custom.
It's a key part of the cultural etiquette. So, we've paid the bill, we've left a tip. I think our restaurant journey is complete. We can gather our things, say a final thank you to our server, and leave.
Wow, we covered a lot. But it feels so much less scary when you break it down into these little steps. Let's do a super quick recap of some of the most essential phrases.
Great idea. To book a table, I'd like to make a reservation for 2 at 7 p.m. When you arrive, hi, we have a reservation under the name Olivia. If you don't have one, a table for 2, please.
To order, I'll have the pasta, please. Or, I'd like the chicken. To ask a question, what comes with the fish? To customize, could I have the sauce on the side, please?
For steak, medium rare, please. If there's a problem, excuse me, I think there's a mistake with my order. To get something extra, could we have some more water, please?
And at the end, could we have the bill, please? And if you're in a country where it's customary, don't forget to leave a tip.
I think with those phrases, our listeners are more than ready to go out and have an amazing meal. The most important thing is to try. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. People in restaurants are generally very helpful and want you to have a good time.
Totally. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. It's like exercising a muscle. Your confidence will grow each time you go out. Plus, you get to eat delicious food as a reward for practicing your English. It's a win-win situation.
It really is. Food is such a universal language, and using your English to explore that is one of the most fun parts of learning.
I couldn't agree more. Well, Olivia, all this talk has made me even hungrier than I was before. Should we go grab a bite to eat after this?
I thought you'd never ask, James. Let's do it. And for all our wonderful listeners out there, we hope you found this conversation helpful and encouraging.
Your homework for this week is to be brave. Go to a cafe or a restaurant and try ordering something in English, even if it's just a coffee. You can do it.
That's a wonderful challenge. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Best English Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe leave a comment below telling us about your favorite food to order at a restaurant.
We love hearing from you. Until next time, keep practicing and stay curious.
Bye for now.
Goodbye, everyone.